The disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa, a mystery that has gripped the American imagination for half a century on its ascent to national folklore, is the subject of a new FBI investigation centered on the site of a former landfill in Jersey City. A worker, on his deathbed, said he buried the body underground in a steel drum. Agents armed with a search warrant arrived in Jersey City at a plot of dirt and gravel the size of a Little League diamond below the Pulaski Skyway on October 25 and 26 to conduct a site survey, according to the Detroit field office, which has led the investigation into Mr. Hoffa's disappearance. The steel drum is said to be buried about 15 feet below ground, in the shadow of countless millions of drivers who have passed it by. Personnel from the Newark and Detroit field offices completed the survey and that data is currently being analyzed, Special Agent Mara Schneider, a spokeswoman, said on Thursday. The formal statement did not mention Mr. Hoffa by name and did not elaborate on a timeline for any potential excavation. The new investigation, to be sure, has a familiar ring, as it follows several failed searches for Mr. Hoffa's body over the years. In Michigan, where Mr. Hoffa was last seen outside a restaurant, officers with backhoes have searched various locations, including a farm, a driveway and beneath a swimming pool. In New Jersey, a popular urban legend had Mr. Hoffa's remains buried under the old Giants Stadium in the Meadowlands. The 2019 film The Irishman raised yet another version of what may have happened, portraying Mr. Hoffa's character shot and killed by his friend, Frank Sheeran, and his body incinerated. That theory, advanced by Mr. Sheeran in a book before his death, has long been discounted by Hoffa scholars as unlikely. But an expert on the Hoffa case who brought the disclosure of the steel drum and its possible location to the Dan Maldia, a journalist who has written about the Teamster boss since before he disappeared, said the New Jersey site is 100% credible, and that the new leads were very sig. This case has to be solved. The new lead is bolstered by records showing that the received tips as far back as 1975, immediately following his disappearance, that Mr. Hoffa was buried in the landfill in Jersey City. Agents searched and, finding nothing, wrote off the tips. They had no idea where to start looking, Mr. Maldia said. The story of how the came to learn of the new location begins on a muddy summer day in 1975.